Was Jim Morrison a good singer? Let's talk about it. Of course, everybody realizes that Jim Morrison was one of the most important figures in the history of rock. He's well known as being an influential lyricist and frontman. He's had movies made about him. He has a cult following that persists to this day. He's a larger-than-life figure. Question is, was he actually a good singer? Well, we're going to get into that in a minute, but before we do, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I update almost every day with new content. Plus, if you look down in the description below, you'll find content that's not suitable for YouTube due to copyright issues. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Jim Morrison is an interesting vocalist in that he has a number of distinct styles that are present in his singing, even though it would seem that it's always the same kind of monotonic baritone approach. In reality, he has what I would say are four distinct vocal styles. First one is, and probably the most commonly used by the Doors, is his pop singing. And songs that showcase his ability to sing as a pop singer are like Light My Fire, or Hello I Love You, or even something like Peace Frog. And in the case of Peace Frog, you've got an interesting case where Morrison uses the format of a pop song to forward a rather serious lyric. The second style that I would say Morrison utilizes in the Doors is his rock singing style, which is very powerful. And a song like Break On Through showcases his ability as a rock singer. The third style that I would say Morrison showcases in his vocals is a ballad singer, and in those I would cite The End and Crystal Ship. There are others, of course. And then finally, the fourth, and I think the most important style that Morrison utilizes is his blues singing, which you can hear in, Backdoor Man or 5 to 1 or Roadhouse Blues. And it's in this last category that I think Morrison really shines. And I think that Morrison is a really powerful and really convincing blues singer, and there's an element of that in everything that he does. Even though not all of their songs are blues songs, there's an element of the blues in just about everything that Morrison does. Now, when it comes to some of the other areas, the ballad area, I don't find Morrison a particularly convincing ballad singer. He has a pleasing voice and everything, and he writes really good lyrics, and he's very careful to showcase the lyric, but his actual singing voice is kind of uninteresting. His phrasing is predictable. For rock, I would say he has a kind of a thin voice for a rock band. The Doors don't really do a lot of straight ahead rock songs, and it's very tone based rather than rhythm based, and there's nothing wrong with that. And finally, in terms of pop singing, I think that he's a great pop singer, and I think that his pop singing is basically just a slightly toned down version of the power of his blues voice, and he knows how to sing around a carefully crafted pop song. So in final analysis, I would say that Morrison is a great frontman. He's a very good lyricist, and he was a great conceptualist. And while he may not be a brilliant vocalist on the level of like some operatic diva type singer, there are things that he can do really well, and one of them is to sing the blues. So if we factor in all four of the different styles, I would say that Morrison is an above average singer. He's not a great vocalist, and if it weren't for his lyrics and his persona, if he were just a guy stood there in a t-shirt, didn't write his own lyrics, and was singing pop songs, he might be quite forgettable. So the baritone voice is pleasant, and he is very good with creating a mood, and this is my opinion, but what really matters is your opinion. So if you have a thought on this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.